Hi there ladies and gentlemen, this is Eastwood for Life fan back with another video, and this is movie pickups update for the month of November 2020. Slightly a little bit late. Been having a issue with a new Lightlin LED light device that I'm trying to master, so that is the reason why this update is a little late, as well as being busy like many of you guys for this time of the year. So this is movie pickups update for the month of November, where I'll be showing a VHS tape, some DVDs, Blu-rays, and also 4K titles I picked up, as well as a book. But as always with a monthly update, I also like to start off the video with a shout out to a fellow YouTuber, and he's from the UK, the northern part of the UK, up in Newcastle, and he goes by the name of Mondo Chalovic. And for those who have subbed to his channel, we know him as John. Been subbed to John for about 3 or 4 months, really enjoying the content on his channel. A movie fan, very knowledgeable guy who loves his horror and giallo movies, as well as other mixed movie genres, and he likes his UK big labels like Arrow, Eureka and 88 films. So yeah, a great channel, and he also does regular content on a regular basis, and quite a lot of other topics. I do like his 4K reviews. He did do a 4K review of all the movie cuts of the Dawn of the Dead release, and yeah, and he's also a talented drummer. So yeah, real nice guy, John Mondo Chalovic, and let's push him onto the number of 400 subs, and a highly recommended channel. So guys, please go over to his channel and say that Eastwood for Life fan recommended his channel, and no doubt his channel will grow from strength to strength, and the link will be in the description box down below. So to the movie pickups. Don't normally pick up VHS tapes, but this one I had to pick up because I did have a copy of this for a few dollars more on VHS, but that edition was a little bit battered. But yeah, this is the UK VHS release for a few dollars more. This one was released in the late 80s. Don't need to go to too much detail about this movie. Classic spaghetti western with Clint Eastwood, and eventually I will be doing my Clint Eastwood collection. But yeah, great movie this one, and these editions were the ones I had back in the 80s, my first ever editions of the Dollar Trilogy movies, and became a Clint Eastwood fan ever since. Onto the DVDs now, and this one I never believed I would have picked up, and any of you subs that know that I'm a big spaghetti western fan, and the spaghetti western label is the Wild East catalogue from the US, which is a label that releases spaghetti westerns, Eurocrime, and also sword and sandal movies. And there are over 70 volumes, which I'm only missing 2 releases. But this one, volume 1, A Fistful of Trailers, which was limited to 500 copies. I'd only ever seen this on eBay twice. That is how rare it is, and basically it is just a DVD of spaghetti western trailers, and I'd seen this one go for over £200. Ridiculous price it is for volume number 1, and that's the worth of this because it's volume 1 of this label, and no doubt fans of the label Wild East have been trying to pick up the first one, which is limited to 500 copies. And I did lose on a bid early in the year by £1, which it got sold for £56, but I picked this one up for £35, and it probably was a mistake because they just listed it, I should say, on eBay UK as just a Spaghetti Western DVD. Had they listed it as Spaghetti Western DVD Wild East, then this would have been a quite a few bidders on this one. But amazed that I picked this one up for that price, £35, which is still ridiculously expensive. But I was thinking that maybe it was going to be a bootleg, but it is not. So yeah, man, really glad to pick this one up, and kind of gave up in picking that one up or even looking for it. The last DVD was sent to us by my buddy Nick, the Last Shoegazer, in a previous couple of videos ago, which he sent us a package from the US, and he sent me this DVD, all 3 Chuck Norris Missing in Action movies, which I do have on Blu-ray, and this is a Shout factory DVD release with all 3 movies on one disc. On to the Blu-rays now, and more Clint Eastwood in this update. Picked up the recent Clint Eastwood movies released on the Kino Lorber release label, I should say, and this is the Beguiled. I do have the UK release of this one, but that release is bare bones release. But this one does come with a slipcover, which shows 2 Clint Eastwood movie posters of the movie The Beguiled. Kind of a underrated Clint Eastwood movie. Very first time I'd watched this one in the 80s, wasn't hugely impressed with it, but I've grown to enjoy this one a little bit more. It's a Clint Eastwood American Civil War movie, and it's kind of like a gothic drama. Not your usual Clint Eastwood role, but this one is directed by Don Siegel, and pretty good movie this one. And they did do a remake of this movie, which I won't bother in watching, but underrated Clint Eastwood performance in The Beguiled. And another Clint Eastwood movie, this one early 70s as well as the Beguiled. This is Play Misty for Me, Clint Eastwood's first movie that he directed. Great movie this one, where Clint Eastwood plays a local DJ who becomes stalked by a obsessed female fan, and that one character's played by Jessica Walter. She plays the obsessed female, and this movie was kind of did influence the Fatal Attraction movie with Michael Douglas and Glenn Close. But yeah, very good Clint Eastwood movie this one, a thriller this one, Play Misty for Me. And also I do have the UK release of this one, but this one does look nicer. The last Kino Lorber Clint Eastwood movie release is The Eiger Sanction. I do have a few more coming. This one's mid-70s. This one where Eastwood, he plays a retired assassin in this one. Also George Kennedy is in this one as well. Kind of a underrated Clint Eastwood movie, this one. I've grown to enjoy this one a lot more in the more times that I've watched this one, The Eiger Sanction. Next three movies were part of the package that Nick, the last shoegazer, sent. This one's Sleepaway Camp. Yet to watch this one. This is a Scream Factory release. Also, he sent us My Bloody Valentine, a movie I haven't seen since the VHS days. This is the collector's edition, and that is the cover that I always remembered back in the VHS days. Slasher classic, this one. And I did go into more detail showing off this movie in a trade package video. And he also sent us the Creepshow TV series season 1. I've heard there is a season 2 of Creepshow. Hoping that this TV series is going to be a long-term thing. Next movie is a Tom Cruise movie. Not the biggest fan of Tom Cruise, but I really enjoyed this one, Jack Reacher. I know it was a box office success. Yet to watch the sequel. And this was kind of like a James Bond meets John McClane action movie. But he may have not been suited to the role, because I think the character really should have been a more taller and bulkier guy, more for an Arnold Schwarzenegger role. But I still enjoyed this one with Tom Cruise. A very good action movie in Jack Reacher. And the next one is the Shield Complete Series, a US release put out by Mill Creek. And this was the biggie that Nick, the last shoegazer, sent in that package. Finally got the TV series on Blu-ray. As far as I know, it's the only release on Blu-ray, starring Michael Chiklis and also Walter Goggins, a crime drama set in LA. All 7 seasons come in this beautiful box set, and the TV series was came out 2002 and it ended in 2008. Great series that was created by Sean Ryan. All 88 episodes of The Shield. Next one's the Zavvi UK Steelbook of El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. Love the Breaking Bad TV series. Was kind of surprised that they were gonna make this, and I was kind of thinking why, but after watching El Camino I actually realized that it was more about the Jesse Pinkman character, as at the end of the series we didn't know what happened to him. But great film, this one, starring Aaron Paul, who plays the Jesse Pinkman character, and it was a great finale. And it was also very good seeing a cameo scene with Bryan Cranston, who played Walter White. But yeah, great movie this one, El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. Some Arnie Schwarzenegger movies now, and picked up Eraser, and this is the US release. Always remembered watching this back in the cinema. This one's mid 90s. Got a good cast in this movie. You also got Arnold Schwarzenegger, James Coburn, James Caan, and also Vanessa Williams, the R&B singer. Arnie plays a US Marshal who works for a witness security protection program where they erase high-profile witnesses. Yeah, very good one, this one. Much underrated Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Why this movie hasn't been released on Blu-ray in the UK is a mystery to me. but this one was a box office hit for Arnie. And also this one, which I always enjoyed, End of Days. This one's late 90s Arnie movie, kind of like a supernatural cop thriller where Arnie, a New York cop, takes on the devil. And also Gabriel Byrne is in this movie. Yeah, good fun, this one, End of Days. On to the 4K titles now. Did do a unboxing of the Studio Canal collector's edition of Total Recall, and that video is still on the channel. A superb release put out by Studio Canal. You can pick up the collector's set as well as the steelbook and the normal Amaray release. Good to see one of Arnie's best movies get the treatment and a new transfer. Total Recall, one of my favourite Arnold Schwarzenegger movies from the 90s. The next movie I haven't seen yet, and that's the new Terminator movie, and this is the Terminator Dark Fate HMV Steelbook exclusive. Not really sure what I'm going to be getting from this movie. I did miss this one at the cinema when released, but yeah, Arnie not being the getting top billing, you do get Linda Hamilton in this movie. Fairly basic steelbook, and the story takes place 25 years after Terminator 2, I'm told. But yeah, I'm trying to not get me hopes up for this movie, Terminator Dark Fate. Kind of the franchise is kind of now really should be put to rest, in my opinion, as much as I love the Terminator movies. I also picked up the Evil Dead, the HMV Sin edition, which is limited to 1,000 copies. Horror classic, The Evil Dead, directed by Sam Raimi, a 80s classic. Fond memories of watching this horror classic back in the VHS days. And you do get this J card, which I'm not a fan of these slim J cards, and do like that cover. And you get a picture of Bruce Campbell on the back. One of the original posters. Get quite a few special features. There is the 4K disc, as well as the Blu-ray. Do get some movie cards. Wasn't a fan of the second movie, if I'm truly honest. Bit too comedic for me, and I haven't even seen the third one, but I have picked up a DVD box set of all three of the movies, which I'll be checking out. And also you get the poster, the most ferociously original horror film of the year. So guys, let's know what you think of this edition of The Evil Dead and the transfer, which I haven't checked out yet. I mean, Evil Dead is a pretty dark and grim looking movie, so transfer wise it's not going to be too outstanding, but yeah, still would want this on 4K in the best picture available of this horror classic. And another horror classic, and also did a unboxing of this one, the second sight release of George A. Romero's zombie classic Dawn of the Dead, one of the releases of the year, and just a sheer beast of a release. Not going to go into much detail, as I did do a video of this set, which is still on the channel. And another beast box set. I picked up the US Best Buy Rambo 4K Steelbook set, and I will be doing a separate video of that where I'll go through all these Rambo Steelbooks. Pretty expensive purchase, but I do love all the Rambo movies, even the last one. So yeah, expect a separate video for this set. And the last thing I picked up was this Clint Eastwood book. We started the video update, monthly update, with a Clint Eastwood item, and we'll finish it with a Clint Eastwood item. Yeah, this book I picked up on eBay. It's a Japanese book, and a book that I've never seen before. And usually anything movie related from Japan is normally pretty expensive, but I think I paid this up around about £10, and it's like it's used, but it is basically a Clint Eastwood movie picture book. And what's good about this book, you do get a lot of photos that I haven't seen before of some of his greatest movies, mainly from the 60s and 70s. So I'd imagine this book probably would have came out in that period. Red Plains Drifter and Joe Kidd, another western directed by John Sturges. Some shots from Dirty Harry movie, cop thriller, early 70s. Yeah, just a really good book. There's some shots of the good, bad and the ugly, which I've seen before, but yeah, you do get some great shots. And for £8, I thought this was a bargain. It's a book I've never seen before. Clint Eastwood and Lee Marvin in Paint Your Wagon. Does have Japanese print, but that doesn't bother me. Another Clint Eastwood book to the collection. And there is the shot that I'm using in this update. So yeah, another Clint Eastwood book to my collection. Do have quite a few of them. So that is all the movie related items I picked up in the month of November 2020. So guys, let us know your thoughts on what I picked up. Always good to hear from you, and as always, stay safe and aware in these awkward times, and as always, stay healthy and well and keep on collecting.